Sawubona mngani, welcome back to Mama Thando's isiZulu classroom, where learning isiZulu is fun. isiZulu simnandi. What is ibizo? That's what we are going to talk about today. I am going to say some things that you already know. Don't mind that, just listen a bit and wait for the part that is new to you. We know from English classes that a noun is a word for a person, a place, a thing. Ibizo, that's one noun. The plural, nouns, amabizo. Here are a few examples of nouns. Person, girl, boy, mother, father, dog, tree, shop, banana, school, teacher, student, ball, city, water. All the nouns I've mentioned are things that you can see, touch, smell, feel, or hear. Nouns are also ideas. And well, ideas are not easy to explain, but they are there. Even if we can't see them, we can't touch them, we can't smell them, but they do exist. We can mostly feel them, like love, peace, freedom, joy. Those are all nouns, just like the ones I mentioned earlier, girl, boy, blah, blah, blah. Let's list all of these nouns that we've spoken of just now in isiZulu. A person is umuntu, a girl, intombazane, boy, umfana, mother, umama, dog, inja, tree, isihlahla, shop, isitolo, banana, ubanana, school, isikole, teacher, uthisha. However, I do also want you to know the original isiZulu word for teacher is umfundisi. Not umfundisi, but umfundisi. A student, umfundi. A ball, ibola. A city, idolobha. Water, amanzi. Love, uthando. Peace, ukuthula. Freedom, inkululeko. Joy, intokozo. We can count some nouns and tell how many they are. For example, people. We can say, I see 3 people. I see 5 people, and so on. Some nouns, though, we can't count them. Look at my hair, and look at your hair. Where would you begin to count all of it? And when will you get done? And so you won't hear anyone saying, she has 497,842 strands of hair. When did you count it all? But you do talk about a person's whole head of hair. And if you are counting the strands, you will then say 4 hairs or 4 strands of hair. Same in isiZulu, exactly the same in isiZulu. Unwele is 1 strand of hair, unwele. But when we talk about your whole head of hair, we use the word izinwele, even though we aren't necessarily going to count it all. When there is one of a thing, we use the word singular. When there are more than one, we say plural. For example, one girl is intombazane. Girls, amantombazane. A boy, umfana. Boys, abafana. A mother, umama. Mothers, omama. Look at those words. Look at the English ones first. When the word is plural, it ends with an S. Other English words will end with an ES when it's plural. But look at the isiZulu nouns. They don't change at the end of the noun. They change at the start, the beginning. Look at intombazane. When it was just one girl, it started with the letters IN. Then, when it was girls, it started with AMA, A-M-A. We don't see that I anywhere now. Look at the word umfana, a boy. When it is singular, just one boy, it starts with the letters Um. But when it is plural, boys, it starts with the letters Aba, A-B-A, Abafana. Now you see that in isiZulu, you see if a word is singular or plural, we check the first 2 or 3 letters of that word. Just like umama, mother. Umama is one mother. But we change that first letter from U to O when it is more than one mother. Oh, mama, mothers. Some nouns just don't have a singular or a plural. Think of water. We can't count each and every drop of water and say, look at the waters that are in my glass. No. There are some like that in isiZulu too. But since isiZulu and English are not the same, they will have a lot of differences. You must just expect that and embrace those differences. Here are the singular and plural nouns for all the nouns we've already seen. Keep in mind that some of them won't have plurals because they are uncountable. You cannot count love. You can't count peace. You feel joy, but you can't count it. So it is simply joy. It doesn't have a plural. It doesn't have a singular. You can't say, I have one joy today. I received one happiness yesterday. There is just no such. Here are those nouns now. Person, umuntu, that's singular. People, abantu, that's plural. Girl, intombazane, singular. Girls, amantombazane, plural. Boy, umfana, singular. Boys, abafana, plural. Mother, umama, singular. Mothers, omama, plural. Father, ubaba, singular. Fathers, obaba, plural. Dog, inja, singular. Dogs, izinja, plural. Trees, izihlahla, plural. Shop, isitolo, singular. Shops, izitolo, plural. Banana, ubanana, singular. Bananas, banana, plural. School, isikole, singular. Schools, izikole, plural. Teacher, uthisha, singular. Teachers, othisha, plural. Teacher, again. Umfundisi, singular. Teachers, abafundisi, plural. Student, umfundi, singular. Students, abafundi, plural. Ball, ibhola, singular. Balls, amabhola, plural. City, idolobha, singular. Cities, amadolobha, plural. Water, amanzi. Love, uthando. Peace, ukuthula. Freedom, inkululeko. Joy, intokozo. Nouns can be different in another way too. We have common nouns and proper nouns. A common noun is a noun that is general, one that could belong to more than one person or more than one item. Look at these girls. This is a girl and this is also a girl. But they each have their own names, proper names. Like this girl is Amahle, and this is Lindiwe. Those are proper nouns, the names for each of the girls you see. And since they are proper nouns, we show them some respect by using capital letters on the first letter of the proper noun. Let's look at some examples of common and proper nouns. Umdlali webhola, uThemba Zwane. Umdlali webhola is a soccer player in English. That could be anyone. There are thousands and thousands of them around the world. But uThemba Zwane is that soccer player's name. It is what we use to tell him apart from other soccer players. This is Percy Tau. That is his proper name. That is how we can tell him from just any other soccer player. If we simply say umdlali webhola, we wouldn't even know which one you're talking about. Here's another example. Isifundazwe. That's a province, a common noun. There are many provinces around the world. How do we know which one you are talking about? Tell us its name. So if you say Zulu Natal, now I know which one you're talking about. That's its proper noun. Umgijimi, an athlete or runner. Ucaster Semenya. Which one is a common noun here? The noun umgijimi, that is an athlete. That is the common noun. The noun uCaster Semenya is a proper noun, the name of the athlete and Olympic gold winner. Here is a book. The word book, incwadi. There's so many millions and millions of books around the world. We wouldn't know which one you're referring to if you don't call it by name or maybe tell us the author. But if you say, Caster Semenya, the race to be myself, now that is a proper noun. It's the title of her book. Izwekazi, that's a continent. But we don't know which one you're referring to. But then if you say i-Afrika, now I know you're talking about. Or if you say iNingizimu Melika, now I know you're talking about South America. Umbali, that's an author. I have no clue what you're talking about because you're just telling me of an author. So that's a common noun. uCLS Nyembezi. Now, that's a proper noun. That's more specific. Inyanga, that's a month. But you're not telling me which month of the year you're talking about here. So let's be more specific. Are you talking about January or are you talking about February? Are you talking about uMasingana or are you talking about uNhlolanja? Oh, you were talking about February, uNhlolanja. That's a proper noun. In isiZulu, when we are talking about someone, so not talking to them directly, but we are talking about them in third person, that is, we put a vowel before the first letter of that proper noun, that person's name. So for a person, that person's name or that thing's name or that place's name. For a person's name, it will be uCaster Semenya, uCLS Nyembezi. We only remove that vowel when we are talking to that person directly, second person. We don't have that vowel at the start of their name anymore. That vowel that you see before each proper noun is called a prefix. We do the same with all proper nouns. Africa, that's the continent of Africa. But say now we are talking to Africa, we are talking to the continent. Of course, you know that this is personification because Africa is not a person, it is a thing. We refer to it as Africa and not Africa. And so, if the proper noun is at the beginning of the sentence, like the following example, Caster Semenya is an athlete, we will put the vowel prefix U and the first letter of the person's name or name of the place in capital letters like this. uCaster Semenya ungumgijimi. Here's another example. Africa is beautiful. The proper noun Africa is at the beginning of the sentence. And so it looks like this. Africa, yinhle. We put the prefix I as a capital letter in uppercase, and still the first letter of the proper noun in a capital letter in uppercase. But if the proper noun is not the first word of the sentence, say it is in the middle of the sentence, the prefix will be a small letter and not the capital letter or uppercase. Only the first letter of the person's name will be a capital. Look at these examples. I'm going to watch Caster Semenya on TV. Ngizobukela uCaster Semenya kwi-TV. See that U prefix before Caster's name. It's now lowercase because it is not at the start of the sentence. I'm going to Africa. Ngizoya e-Africa. Okay. Wait. Yes, the prefix is different now because I am not saying Africa, I am saying to Africa. So that is why we no longer have that I, and now we have an E before the word Africa. But do you see that that E is still a lowercase because Africa is not at the beginning of the sentence. It is not the subject of the sentence. I is the subject of this sentence. Then we have proper nouns that start with vowels, like the following. Avela, that's a person's name. Owami, that's a person's name. Asia, that's a continent's name. There are two ways of writing these in isiZulu. One, with the hyphen between the prefix, the vowel, and the first letter of the person's name. U-avela. Do you see the prefix U? And then followed by the hyphen. And then the first letter of the name is a capital letter. Let's look at Asia. Asia. We write the prefix and then separate it a little bit from the word itself by a hyphen and say Asia. That's one way of doing it. The second method is without a hyphen. U-avela. Look at that. The prefix is right next to that first letter of the name, avela. And Asia. That prefix I is right next to the A of the word Asia. I use the first method. Some people prefer the second. They are both correct. You will find that in some books and some newspapers, they use the first method, and in others, they use the second method. I would like you to be familiar with both. On my website, you will find a list of all the nouns we learned today and more. Learn these nouns, learn how to pronounce them, learn what they are, and learn how to spell them when they are singular and plural. Very soon, you will learn how to use them in sentences. Halala, now you know what ibizo is.